Un momento, por
Fucking
favor.
slips.
Okay, what the fuck you did?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Okay, watch me attempt to mow my grass for the first time. I literally just have to go on YouTube and search how to start lawn mowing, but I got it. Harder than I expected. I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl in the world. That's all that you let me be. Oh, I'm just a girl living in captivity. Your rule of thumb make me worry so. Oh, I'm just a girl. What's my destiny? What I succumb to is making me numb. Oh, I'm just a girl. My apologies will I become me so burdened. At this point, my neighbor felt sorry for me and came over and finished the rest of the yard for me. I tried to be a strong, independent woman and tell him like, oh, I'll finish the rest, but he insisted that he'll do it. And I wasn't mad at it, but that's the end of my story. Bye.
I could have ordered a fucking $40 lift. Yes, I could have. But after I just got a night of free drinks, I'm like, the math's not mathing, because if I order a fucking $50, $40 lift, then I might as well have paid for my own drinks tonight. Not this guy talking to me. I swear that thing was talking. Anyways. I think that was a wrap. It like ran right across my feet. Oh no. It like ran right across my feet. Okay, I'm regretting this now so bad. Oh no. Oh, that was a rat. It was a fucking thick one. I like felt the weight of it on my feet. Oh no. I gotta get out of here. Okay, fuck this shit. I gotta get out of here.
My tire pressure light came on a week ago, and I've been procrastinating putting the air in the tire because I'm traumatized from my last experience. What happened? I accidentally deflated my tire. Mind you, it was the fault of the machine that was broken. I didn't know, but I was stranded, scared, alone with a deflated tire. I had to ask for assistance. We handled it. But anyway, that's the last time I tried to put air in my tire. So today I was like, I'm gonna freaking do it. I've been procrastinating a week. I'm gonna touch the ground in a second, probably, you know? Hyped myself up. Okay, I was like, I'm putting air in those tires today. I go, first 2 tires, bang, bang, boom. I have to go to the back, it takes a little bit longer. I had to unscrew the tire cap, to put the air in. While I'm doing that, I put the air pressure, the air thing, the hose, I put the hose back in the thing while I go unscrew that. Some gentleman comes to put air in his tire while I'm in the middle of doing my car. Rude. Actually rude. And he breaks it. I don't know this until I go. I take it back from him. I'm like, weird. And I go to put air in my tire, and it starts deflating it again. So traumatizing. Thankfully, this nice lady came, and then she's like, let me try. And she put it in her tire. She tried to do her tire, and it's broken. It wasn't me, thankfully. But again, what are the odds this happens twice? So then I had to drive with 2 good wheels, tires, to go to another place to finish putting air in my tires. So I don't think this experience helped with my anxiety with putting air in my tires. But maybe next time will be better. Cross our fingers.
This guy's been trying to take me out on a date for the longest time, so I caved and I was like, sure, okay. I'm free 2 weeks from when we were speaking on a Friday. And he's like, okay, cool. And then he messages me the next day and he's like, good morning text, like sends me whatever. And I was like, look, do you mind just like not texting me? Because I don't really like messaging back and forth, and I would prefer to meet with you in person and chat them, because I'm quite busy during the week. He was like, oh, sure, no worries. So I was like, message me on Friday with all the details and I'll be there. Thursday comes along. This is the Thursday before the date, and I haven't heard a thing from him. I don't know where we're going, what the date is. And I'm talking to my friend and I'm like, this guy has been trying to get me on a date for the longest time, and it's Thursday, we're supposed to be going out tomorrow, and I haven't heard anything from him. And she's like, really? Nah, scrap that, don't go. And I was like, well, I did say to him that don't message me until Friday, because I don't like to message back and forth. And she's like, well, that's why he hasn't messaged you. It's not Friday yet. And I was like, yeah, but I didn't mean it like that. Like, I want to know before. I want you to message me before to let me know what we're doing. Like, why can't you read my mind?
Did you get many spankings as a kid?
As a kid, no. No, wait.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Let me explain something to you men that's going through breakups with these women and you're going through custody battles with these women, bro. You cannot move emotional with these women. You have to move logical, because if you don't, you will never be able to win. You have to understand these women are calculated. They know that they're leaving you. They know that they're taking your baby 6 months to a year before they actually leave, bro. They are saving screenshots. They are saving receipts. They will make you look unfit, even if you're a great father or a great man. You have to understand these women play by a different set of rules, bro. Why? Because women do not face the same consequences that men do when they do. These women will ruin your life, bro. They will ruin your life and then go get a mani-pedi, bro. They will ruin your life and say, I'm just a girl. They will get you thrown in jail. They will ruin your name. They will ruin your legacy. They will take your baby and then play victim with the next man, bro. Do not play with these women. Be careful when you're dealing with them. Watch what you say. Watch what you do. Watch who you procreate with. They will end your life and go get a mani-pedi, bro.
All right.
Chasing. You need to start looking at yourself, honestly and truly. That's where the answers are going to come from. You need to look within. One of those sessions that you have with your counselor or your therapist, I'm sure y'all can put y'all's heads together for about 150 a session and find the motivation to find the right answer. Because at this point in time, you're not trying. It's right there in front of you. Number one. Number two, even if it's not right there in front of you, men are telling you these are the issues that we are having in dating. And it seems like a lot of modern women don't care.
And another thing, stop with this dumb. I can't stop them from commenting. I can't control what they do. Stop following people that you're not supposed to be following. If somebody that your man doesn't like following you and they're commenting and they're being inappropriate, then block their asses. You be so worried about getting likes and comments and attention that you won't even honor your own relationship.
How to avoid divorce from a divorce attorney. Don't hang out with people that hate their spouse or don't value marriage. If they don't value marriage, they don't value their spouse, they definitely don't care about your marriage. Hang out with people that love their spouse. Hang around couples that want their relationship to work.
My wife not allowed to have any friends that don't reverently respect the covenant of marriage. When she has a bad day and a frustration with me, I need to know that when she goes to her friends, they're gonna lift her up and point her back to me. And same goes for me. Men, you are a 10-minute decision away from blowing up your whole legacy. Fight for it.
If we are getting married next month, my debt is our debt. A real man provides for his future wife. He doesn't judge her past.
Provide or bail out. Let's audit my debt. $15,000 for a designer bag. $8,000 for a Miami trip taken while we were on a break last year.
It's an investment in my lifestyle. I have to look good for you. You make 6 figures, Cole. This is nothing to you.
A handbag at 24% interest isn't an investment. It's a liability. You didn't invest in a lifestyle. You committed financial and expected me to fund the funeral.
Pay it off today, Cole, or there is no wedding next month.
Deal canceled. I don't acquire toxic assets.
Today we have 3 ways to make yourself irreplaceable, and this is for the ladies. Number 3, drama, don't start it. If your man knows that when he comes home to you, He's not going to get an earful. He's not going to get headaches. He's not going to have to deal with. Number one, that already gives you a leg up on anyone else, because peace is extremely important in a man's life. Number two, want your man to win even more than he does, especially if your man is looking to achieve great things and he's setting out to do hard things every single day. If he knows that he has you in his corner, wanting him to win no matter what, you are irreplaceable, because that is so hard to come by in today's world. And number one, don't praise your man's achievements. Praise the personality traits that he built to make those achievements possible. A lot of these women, they don't build, they move in. They want to get the guy at the finish line, but they don't look at all of the personality traits and the hardships and the lessons and all of the experience that he had to learn to get to that point. That's what builds a man, is that experience. It's not the end result. That's why you see these crypto bros and all these dorks out here that you talk to him and then the woman's like, meh, because he wasn't battle hardened. He didn't go through the hard times to reach the top of the mountain. So if you praise your man's hard work, you praise his ambition, you praise his grit, and you show him appreciation for that, and you voice how much you admire those things inside of him, you are irreplaceable. So you do these three things, I guarantee you, you will never lose that man. You made yourself irreplaceable. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk today, and I'll see you at the same time again tomorrow.
If you're a man, you're in an incredibly weakened position. Let's say your wife decides to lose her mind or commit adultery. You're at work all day. She's home with the kids because she's the primary caregiver. She guts you. She gets half of everything. She gets the house. She gets custody of the kids. And the black widow guts you, and you didn't do anything, and you can't even appeal because it's no-fault divorce. This is why many men, they struggle, because if they can't trust their wife, then how do I let her stay home with the kids? Because if she's the primary caregiver, she's going to get custody, and I'm going to lose my kids because now we have no-fault divorce.
Modern women have become so irresponsible. They become so irrational. They become so insufferable in dating. And I hate to say that. I really do. But that's the way it is. They like to get up on here and complain about what a man is doing wrong, what a man can't do right. They like to complain about what a man is doing wrong, what a man can't do right. They like to get on here and complain about how a man ain't stepping up, how a man ain't a man anymore, and he's not doing his job. All while sitting by the pool, ain't done nothing all day, just got up at 11 o'clock, went to go get Starbucks, and a lot of these modern women, what they'll do is they'll order Starbucks. They'll order Starbucks instead of doing even that much. They'll order it and have it delivered to the house. Now, some of these ladies, because they like to be out and about, they'll go out and get Starbucks as a part of their routine or whatever coffee place, Starbucks to a lot of these women who are rich and famous, that's peasant stuff. I found a nice little upscale, quaint coffee shop that has the best latte and the best pastries, even better than Starbucks. And I gatekeep. That's what these modern women are doing now, right? Wasting time, not bringing nothing to the table.
Feminism was a scam to get women into the workforce so they could tax both parents and indoctrinate your kids at school. And only Jews know the real truth. Here's what they're not telling you. Before feminism, one income supported an entire family. Mom stayed home, raised the kids, dad worked. Then the Rockefeller family and the CIA funded the feminist movement. Not because they cared about women's rights, because they wanted to double the tax base. If both parents work, the government collects income tax from both parents instead of one. They doubled their revenue overnight. But here's the real scam. If both parents are working, who's raising your kids? The school system is raising your kids. And who controls what schools teach? The same people who funded feminism. So now they tax both parents and indoctrinate your children. It's the perfect system. Jews figured this out decades ago. We saw Gloria Steinem working with CIA-funded organizations in the 1960s. Rockefeller Foundation, Ford Foundation, all funding women's studies programs and feminist organizations. They sold it as liberation, but it was control. You went from one income buying a house and supporting a family to two incomes barely covering rent. Because when women entered the workforce, wages didn't double. They got cut in half. Supply and demand. Twice as many workers means employers can pay everyone less. So now both parents work longer hours for less money per person, and strangers raise your kids. You call it progress. We call it the greatest wealth transfer in history. Before feminism, one parent could stay home. Now both parents have to work just just to survive. And your kids spend 8 hours a day being taught by the state. This is why Jewish families prioritize one parent staying home when possible. We don't trust the system to raise our children. Feminism didn't liberate women. It enslaved both parents. And the people who funded it are the ones profiting from your labor and controlling your kids. If you want to learn how Jews make and invest money in 2026, comment Goldman, and I'll personally send you my full playbook.
I say any day of the week, if I see a black man with a white woman, I'm like, that's that hate. You need to do something about that, right? If I'm walking down the street and I see a black man with a white woman, there's a weakness in him. Ooh.
When I find out a black man has a white wife or a white girlfriend, my entire perspective about them changes. And at the top of the list, I can't take them seriously because they don't take their life seriously.
But it's okay for a black woman to date a white man. Man, y'all tripping. Like, why people just can't date in peace? Who gives a damn what color a person is that they date? Like, y'all always want to try to play in somebody's face, but it's always black women on this internet and everywhere else down talking black men. I don't give a damn who he date. He can go date a pink or a purple person. That ain't got nothing to do with me. As long as them people happy, why do y'all give a damn? Y'all be so mad that he dating a white woman, but if he wasn't dating her, you wouldn't be the woman that he date. Look at you, talking about him for no reason. Y'all the ones need to grow up, cause y'all childish as hell.
Fellas, when you're on grind mode, it's just best you stay single. Or if you want to be in a relationship, make sure you choose a woman that understands, not right now. You have to be with a woman that understands that you're on grind mode. You're not trying to spend no money. You're trying to prioritize. That's the type of woman that you need in your corner. Not the woman that wants you to get her hair done, her nails done every week. When Christmas time comes or her birthday comes, whatever, she's going to be a brat. She's going to complain because you can't get her 10 Chanel bags or whatever the case may be. Be with a woman that understands not right now. And that's the woman, when it's your time, that's the woman you have by your side. And then you finally splurge on, you finally spoil her because she understood the assignment. It makes no sense. I really do feel people that are on grind mode do not need to be in relationships. It gets real complicated when you're focused and you can't give your all in the relationship because the other person don't understand. Y'all not on one accord. Get you a...
I think just the vibe that you give off with each other. Probably real blunt and honest. There's no game, there's no mental games. It's probably just like straight up, hey, I like you.
I think we go back to mating dances, kind of like a little side by side, like you like that, and they'd be like, yeah, and they'd be like, okay.
The same way they do now, I think. I don't know. I've had girls flirt with me that were just as girly as me. I feel like anytime you go into a women's bathroom, every girl is flirting with each other. So, yeah, I think it'd be the same.
So that's what happens when they all go together.
Yeah. That's why we're in there for so long, because we're all just complimenting each other's hair and makeup.
I mean, you would have to have, metrics that people would use and sort of like openings that people would use to flirt. So that's a tough call. I mean, it might be something based on like what role you provide in society. You would, flirt based on that maybe, or, various physical characteristics or, emotional characteristics. So, yeah.
It would probably be relieving. I don't know. I just thought about it. I never thought about that before, but I think things would work out great. You would just be yourself and no worries of being pressured to be a man or no pressures to be a lady, and you would just be yourself.
All right, serious question.
Yeah.
Can you draw me then? Honey. Want another one?
You're not being serious.
Yeah, I am. He literally lost his job and he's getting evicted because he can't pay rent. It's like what? It's the 8th of the month. He has until the 15th to get his stuff out.
It's a new job?
Yeah. And a place to live. He's about to be homeless.
He can live here if he's gonna work.
Work where?
With me.
You'll give him a job?
I'll do what I can.
Sweet. Yeah, that'd be perfect. I go call him, tell him?
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
We were told that we're too emotional, but what's crazy is a few things. First of all, crying helps you re-regulate in the body, which means that you're letting steam out of the pot, which means that you can think clearer after it's done, okay? The female cycle means that literally once a month, like the reason that your hormones get all crazy and stuff is because you're purging a lot that's happened, which is why you get all these flashbacks and why it's so emotional. But what's really blowing my mind is that we have been living in a man's world forever.
Women are told they're more emotional because they are, right? We're told we're more emotional because we are. Just fact, right? It's not even like a criticism. It just is. And then the female cycle and the purging and all this stuff. I mean, who knows? Your hormonal cycle is kind of crazy because it's crazy, right? Which is also, by the way, why you shouldn't be doing like a steady climb, career climb, because guys go to work every day of the month as the same person and we don't. we need second half of the cycle, a lot more rest, a lot more sleep. So if you're trying to do what you do in the first half of the cycle and the second half of the cycle as a woman, you just crumble.
And what's funny is we continue to hear all about this toxic masculinity and how men are a problem. Oh my God, how dare, oh my God, we got to get it under control. Do you think that this is toxic behavior? Hey, when are we going to talk about modern women and their bad behavior in the dating market? Oh, we're not? Exactly. We're just going to continue to talk about how terrible men are. Thought I saw a clip somewhere of Scott Galloway talking about maybe we push men too far or something like that. Maybe that's what the thumbnail said. Oh yeah, now you think so? He's saying so much stupid stuff on here, and then when men stop listening, you're done behind. Then all of a sudden it's, oh God, what do we got to do to get him back? Stop talking. That's what you got to do. What do we got to do to reconnect? Respect. You're a man, you should know that.
If she has daughters, they're gonna end up exactly like her. Trust, fucking ran through, and just for the streets there. Trust, bad decisions after fucking bad decisions. Stay woke in the streets there. Big burn.
I just want you to know that as long as I have a throat, your kids will have a slide.
Oh my God! What the heck? Oh, that is horrible!
She hand washed all her entire family's clothes for her entire life, and now she's got a washer and dryer. It's so easy to do laundry, but she acts like it's a massive chore. What's your answer?
First of all, you said you're gonna do your own laundry. I am doing everyone's laundry. And then you said, I'm gonna do my laundry, But every time you do your laundry, you're like, who are you? Who dare you to...
I'll do my own laundry. I don't mind. It just doesn't make any sense to me that you did laundry by hand in the Philippines for your entire life, and now it's so easy with a mechanical washer and dryer, and it's so hard. You got all this extra time. At least do mine, help me.
Don't cry. Why are you crying?
Stop
spreading by.
Okay, let me help out all you passport bros. Now, me personally, I don't recommend you be a passport bro. You dig? If you got game in America, you got game anywhere. If you're valued in America, you're valued anywhere. If you leave America to get a girl, that's because you're not valuable. But if you did that and you end up with a chick in Colombia, in the Philippines, in some random far off land, this is what you do. Number one, don't bring her back to America. And if she's willing to be with you and not come back to America, that's a good start because it lets you know that you're not just a green card to her. You're not a 60-day or 90-day fiance situation. Second point is that you let her know off rip, we gonna stick with the culture. Like whatever your culture is today, we riding with that. The reason I left America is not to deal with Western culture. Stay in her country, work from her country, maintain the standards of her existing culture. Marquettism is for the kids. Marquettism saves lives. Thoughts below.
If your wife is angry that she's spending her entire Saturday cleaning, you can step up as a husband by reminding her that if she had been cleaning a little bit each evening the entire week, she wouldn't be in this situation right now. Make sure that you text her this advice from the bed. That way you can continue to rest. Flex on your wife with Sound Advice merch.
Anybody struggling with bulging discs, you're struggling with a disc in your back that is bulging.
Ladies and gentlemen, they said that studies show that men are more drawn to women who wear less makeup. Where did y'all conduct this study? Instagram? Because that's exactly where everybody was saying it. Everywhere. You ain't had to study nothing. Just damn near every man done told y'all this. Damn near every man has told you, and for whatever reason, a lot of women just never got, it didn't click, it didn't process, it never got inside the cranium of a lot of women. Women would say stuff, a woman will not talk to you because she don't have makeup on. She out with makeup on, you try to holler at her, she be like, I ain't had my makeup on, and that. It's like, well, he was still trying to holler at you. That's the good dude. The good dude is the one that looked at your regular face, the one that you obviously don't like, and said, oh, she's beautiful. Let me go and holler at her. Let me get to know her. But the dude that can't deal with you other than when you got a pound of makeup on and a bunch of lashes and whatever else y'all be doing. No, that probably ain't, no. No, because he can't deal with regular you. He can't deal with your regular face. And then they make a bunch of excuses to not wear no makeup. I heard one girl say that if a man he want to see how you look without makeup, he low-key saying he can't afford your upkeep. No, that ain't what he's saying. He really just saying, I want to see what your look like. I want to see what kids gonna look like, because you out here with lip filler and eyeliner and lashes and all this enhancements and all this other stuff, and these kids come out looking like gremlins. You understand what I'm saying? I'm looking to cut the umbilical cord. The damn baby popped out and bit it. What's happening?
When did women become such losers when it comes to something as simple as making a delicious meal for their man or just giving him basic respect? Now, I know the word loser sounds harsh, but there's no other word to describe someone who brings nothing to the table except an attitude.
What do you even bring to that table? I will bring that table and bang it.
Or to describe someone who brings nothing to the table except an attitude.
What do you even bring to that table? I will bring that table and bang it on your head. I will throw it on your head. I will tie you up and throw that table with you.
You see how she looks? You see how she looks? Typical, bitter, disgusting, obnoxious, very unattractive, by the way. You got this crazy-eyed, extreme feminist-looking lady to sit there and throw insults to a very beautiful woman. Shout out to Savannah Stone, because she knows what the she talks about. Most of us know what we talk about. For us being stay-at-home wives, for us being stay-at-home moms, for us taking care of ourselves, our health, and to make sure that we are being the good wife that we are for men who deserve it and who are being very hardworking and supportive to us. I don't know. Meanwhile, what do you have, lady? What do you have? Aside from whatever that is that you got going on. Because all I hear is just you screeching within the inside of you, just rotting to your core, and you just can't stand the fact that there are some women that enjoy this lifestyle, that want to have this life for themselves, that appreciate the men that provide this lifestyle to us. It just kills you deep down to your core, doesn't it? And that's why you bitter fucks can't stand it, and that's why you guys just go straight to insulting us, huh? I mean, look at Savannah. And look at you. Look at you. Oh, girl. Have you looked in the mirror lately? Sitting here trying to talk on her. You have no room to talk.
Well, entitlement comes in many forms, every race, every place, every space, all around the world. In 100 countries, it is not any one group, it's everybody. It's a sickness. I wish someone would. I don't mind a spirit of appreciation. I despise a spirit of expectation. I don't owe you a cake.
I owe you some love, some respect, some consideration, decency. I don't owe you a cake. I don't owe you a big cake. He doesn't owe you a big cake. He should run as fast as he can. Get away from you. You're toxic. I can do bad all by myself. I don't need help. To quote my dear departed friend Quincy Jones, the only thing worse than being alone is wishing that you were. Yes, I said it. I can do bad by myself. I mean, what is she bringing to the party other than whining and complaining? I really like the young lady in the back who's just going about her business, eating her whatever she's eating while this girl's going off. By the way, watch the video. But I hope stuff like this is a prank, actually. But I know this happens. I don't know if this particular video is legit. It appears it is. But I know this happens, and you know it happens. People with this entitlement mentality of you owe me because I'm cute, because I'm pretty, because I give you some of my time. Somehow you owe me something. Get over yourself. Get over yourself, because if you don't do that, you're going to be alone for the rest of your life. This guy, the best thing this guy can do is leave her, so she would have a wake-up moment. Even the Bible says you can't grow without legitimate suffering. All right, it's time for her to suffer, legitimate or otherwise. I'm just done through. John O'Brien, I'm out. Listen to my podcast, Money and Wealth. Thanks for getting it to be an NAACP Image Award nomination. I hope you voted for it. Go to Operation Hope for coaching and counseling and take charge of your life. And I have a new book coming out in 2 months, by the way, so I'll talk to you about that later. For now, bye, Felicia.
This is my cake.
This is the album.
This is the smallest cake I've ever seen in me. This is my cake. You know how big I wanted my cake. This is the smallest cake I've ever seen.
Then go date someone who's gonna get you a bigger cake.
I will.
Go date a small cake. I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want.
Birthday's over. Everybody leave. Nobody gets the small cake. Close the music. Bye. Birthday over. Okay. Bye.
All these women are going to these places with a whole cheeks and coochie lips out on the furniture in front of children.
Shamika, what is the percentages of women that say no to men and get unalived? That is the question. If you cannot answer that question, don't say. If a nigga
it's a little low. If the percentages were that high, the women would not be walking around with their asses out. If the men were really that big of predators and they were so scary because they were gonna harm us and do bad things to us, then y'all wouldn't be walking around in front of them. That's like jumping in the lion's den with some meat. Now, why would y'all be around the predators in front of the predators? I'm not blaming the victims because I'm not talking about the people that actually were attacked. I'm talking about the vast majority. We literally just got through talking about how all these women are going to these places with a whole cheeks and coochie lips out on the furniture in front of children. We just talked about that.
Okay,
I'm not talking about the victims.
So can I ask this question?
I'm saying, why would you set yourself up in front of predators if they predators?
All right, so that means you agree about what Tokyo said, that they put themselves in that predicament, because if they was not outside,
no, everybody don't put them. Like everybody don't. No,
you can be.
Everybody don't put themselves. Everybody don't put themselves in that predicament. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that if the men are so scary, why would you want to?
No, we never victim blame when it comes to
only when it's women.
Because hold on. Do you know why y'all even think like that? Because y'all inferior to men. But we're gonna blame everybody. You have to take accountability, nigga. Bring back shame. You weird ass bitches do weird, and there's only.
And hold on. And wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Somebody said that I was slow. First of all, what's slow is walking around that's gonna you and with your whole ass out, telling them to grape you.
That's dumb.
That's slow.
That's slow.
What? You gonna go around the predators and be like, yeah,
he's not gonna touch
but baby mama, right? But one thing we
with your whole ass cheeks out.
I mean,
that's crazy. That is slow.
Don't give them the right
one thing we do gotta agree on.
It don't give them the right to touch you, but why would you even be there? We're doing that in front of them.
Some girls' home thing is, if that percentage is so low, most women speak from the exception rule. The minority doesn't make the rule for the majority. There's majority of women out here butt ass naked. You go to spring break, butt naked. You go to the club, butt naked. You go to brunch, butt naked. These is butt naked. It's not scary if you out here butt ass naked. Nigga. Shut the up, bro. Y'all be making every excuse for. And that's my issue. Y'all make every excuse to where women can do what the they want, but there's no consequences. No, there are consequences to every situation that you do, bro. Every choice you make, there's a reaction to that. Duh. What the f are you going outside if you so scared of niggas butt naked for?
And this is why I wear this ring. Why?
And this is why men do not approach.
I walking in the mall, minding my business. First of all, a man approaches me, and that's sickening in itself.
How can he reach your mind, buddy? He already starting off with an L.
Don't talk to me. Second of all, I'm searching for an outfit to wear to my grandmother's funeral. A man approaching me is going to be my 13th reason. Anyways, to me, he's like, can I ask you a question? I see him looking while we're walking towards each other. I'm like, oh my gosh, please don't say nothing to me. But it's like, you know when a man is going to say something to you.
I'm telling everybody, if you think someone is good, beautiful, actually want them to be in your life in some way, some form or fashion, or be happy, you got to go ahead and just shoot it and take the embarrassment. But ladies like this make it hard. She could have just said no. I'm not interested. He'll move on if he's a gentleman. He'll move on and find the next girl.
He said something to me. He's like, can I ask a question? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, why are you laughing? I ain't even said nothing. Nigga, I'm not laughing. I'm ready for you to say what you're gonna say so you can get the out of my face. I'm not laughing. I can guarantee you that. He said, so I'm looking for a date for Friday the 13th. That's this upcoming Friday. And he's like, we probably gonna go out, scare a couple people. You down? In what world?
I don't know about you, even though you already came hostile. But I don't know about you. But do you know that he's exaggerating here? You can't tell that's a joke, right? Hey, sometimes you gotta take people seriously, but I'm like, it was just I know he was just joking around, just like in a line that just made you be like, I'm appalled, like, what did I just hear?
Would you think that, and why would that be the way you approach a woman? To ask her if she wanna go with a couple people. First of all, nigga, it's my birthday on Friday, February the 13th. I don't have time to be out with a man that I don't even know. Second of all, why would I want to kill somebody? Like, maybe that should have been first of all, but like, I'm not nobody, and I'm especially not nobody on my birthday. Like, is you cool? What you want to do? I said, you don't see this ring? This $10,000 ring on my finger? It's like, oh, my bad. Baby, I got this ring off of Shein. Stop talking to me, bruh. On my soul, stop talking to me like, I'm finna start flashing this bitch in everybody's face like, I'm hot. He like made me mad. Like, not mad, but like, that was so weird. Do you want to go some people?
This is why we don't approach. Because if y'all don't want us to approach, we are not going to be called weirdos, and we are going to be to ourselves. The girl's fine, and you want to see if she could be in your life, go ahead and shoot the shot, because you are going to regret it at the end of the day. No matter if these ladies is going to treat you like you're some weirdos, and they say it all in those comments, like, yeah, like, bruh, getting a man some props, because that takes guts to go out there and put yourself out when you get people like these that just don't want to even like be sociable, be friendly. Why can you not be friendly at all?
And you know why men never really have anything to say when you speak on how you've been or harassed or by a man? It's because they would have done the same exact thing had they been given the opportunity. Men don't hold other men accountable for the weird they put women through because they're just as weird as the next. It doesn't matter if it's your dad, it doesn't matter if it's your brother, your uncle, your best friend. They're all the same. They're all weird. They're all sad. They're all creeps. They're all lustful losers. And even the percentage that doesn't quite relate to that still won't hold men accountable. That's why it's so useless trying to get empathy or sympathy from a man when it comes to or harassment, because they don't care. They will literally do the same thing to you. They do not give a
First and foremost, is a really bad thing. It's a very serious thing, and you guys already know I've talked about this a lot, whether it comes to child trafficking, women getting I don't like any stuff like that. I feel like because I advocate for men, I advocate for people. People always think that I side with men over every little thing, but that's not true. You just got to watch my videos. What she's saying is true because there are some men who don't give a but this is my thing. The reason why I'm chiming in is because why is somebody else supposed to care about your trauma? I personally think that when you get or you have issues going on, you should either talk to other women or get yourself a therapist. I have this thing where when I was younger, I used to trauma dump, and then now that I'm older, I don't share anything at all. Everybody says I'm avoidant, that I'm cold, that I don't speak up about things. Nope, I just don't need to tell you my personal business. What is a grape story gonna do for me? And this is for everybody. Most people do not care about your problems. Most people do not care about what goes on with you unless they're close to you. And even sometimes people that are close to you don't give a so you saying that men don't care, women don't care as well either. That's why I say you got to find yourself a group of women who do care or get yourself a therapist. I really think to put all this load onto someone that didn't do things to you is a lot for somebody. Men can't even handle their own emotions, yet you expect them to handle yours. You know what I mean? Again, do I think women should be able to confide in men and get help from men and things like that? Of course. But I really think a lot of the times you have to be careful doing stuff like that, because if it's not your father or someone close to you, I think you should just go to a therapist. In my personal opinion, there's professionals that are supposed to handle heavy amounts of trauma, PTSD, and women who have gotten raped. Did you know there's therapists who specialize in everything, ADHD, bipolar, whatever? Go to somebody who specializes in trauma. I'm sorry that if you did get raped or things like that happen to you, it's unfortunate. I'm really sorry. I can't help the way the world is. If I could help every single person in this world, I would. But at the same time, there are sick men on this earth. And unalive people and great people. We see it all the time. If you look at the stats for men raping, it's pretty high. But this is the thing though, I would never go out of my way to go make a man hear me out about certain things. And a lot of people go, well, what are you going to do when you're in a relationship? I'm in one now. I don't feel about certain things. And a lot of people go, well, what are you going to do when you're in a relationship? I'm in one now. I don't feel like you guys get it. When you're secure and you've done the self-work and you've worked through things and you went to therapy for years, you will not need to share this type of stuff. You will not need to get these things off your chest. You will have a therapist, you will journal, you will have God or whatever, and you'll find yourself a community. You can even go to churches and there's Bible studies just for women. That's why, in my personal opinion, when you find your people and you heal, you're not going to put so much on a man you're dating or men in general, and you're not even going to look for people to ask for help, if that makes sense. You're going to go to your therapist or go somewhere else, in my personal opinion. And now that I'm like, obviously I want to say I'm like somewhat healed. I don't think I'm like all the way there. I don't need to talk about my trauma. I don't need to go to anybody about my trauma. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I know everybody's different. I know some of us need help and some of us need conversation, but I don't think blaming men and saying that all men don't give a about you is gonna cut it. You know what I mean? I don't think a lot of people are equipped to hearing out a lot of problems. I'm sorry this happened to you though. One of the things I want to add, again, without being disrespectful or insensitive or anything like that, I'm noticing a big pattern with women, and I don't mean this rudely. I get it. Life is hard. Things happen. When I was younger, I used to have a lot of problems to where I would cry and break down and have panic attacks because I went through a lot of trauma. I don't talk about stuff because it's none of your business and I don't trust nobody on the internet, but I'm saying this to help you. One of the things women have a big problem with is trauma dumping. Women will meet a guy and then tell the guy how her father, all while still being around her father. I have been a victim, so I understand certain things, but I don't handle things the same way you guys do. That's why I'm trying to help you, and I'm trying to understand your guys' perspective. When men constantly hear women with the same story, it kind of desensitizes them. It's not that they don't care, and I'm pretty sure you're going to see men in the comment section saying that, especially if they're trying to date you and get to know you. Of course, they're going to care to a certain extent, but I think a lot of men, when they hear these type of stories, they either get enraged, feel bad, or don't know what to do. Men are natural problems problem solvers. You get around a good man, he's gonna want to help you, but he can't. Make sense? I feel like this take is crazy, y'all. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are hurt, and sometimes when you're hurt, you like to put the blame onto people, but that doesn't make you feel any better. You know what I mean? And like I said, a lot of women have the same story, and I'm not saying this to be rude, because a lot of men have women, not all men, but just this video we're talking about. I think it's hard for them to be able to give you advice and things like that, especially if it already happened. Hence why I keep saying, why go to somebody who's never been raped? Why to go to somebody who doesn't have good advice? Some men have never been raped. Some men have never been around men that rape people. Makes sense? And you know how heavy that is to hear? Especially a lot of women like to tell a full and detailed story. Rape is usually when you're getting, you know, forceful, you're bleeding, you have to go back in to get checked and all that stuff. I would hope that you probably told the cops. When you tell somebody a story like that, how are they supposed to process that and help you? That's why I keep saying, I really feel like, what is the point of telling people your trauma? It's not going to make you feel any better. All you're going to do is feel more empty for telling somebody something you should have kept to yourself. I don't know what it is, y'all, but when I share certain things, I always feel weird after, because I don't trust nobody. And I've, in my life, experienced men throwing stuff in my face. So guess what I don't do anymore? I don't tell nobody. I keep everything to myself. You could ask me, am I fine? And I could literally be wanting to take myself out, and I'm not gonna tell you I'm okay. I'm gonna tell you I'm okay, not say I'm not fine. It's just how it goes. So I want to know what you guys think about this, and opinions. We need opinions in the comment section. But yeah, God bless you, ladies and men, if you have been or you have had problems and stuff like that in the past. I'm not saying you can't share your story. I'm not saying that you can't go to people. I'm not saying that nobody cares, okay? There's a lot of people out here who care, but I just say be careful who you tell your business to, because a lot of people like to use that against you, and a lot of people will tab things down so they know how to hurt you in the future. So if I were you, I would just seek help. The best person to help you with those things is somebody who's a professional, who studies psychology. If not, I would say maybe go to a woman who has overcome her getting. I wouldn't be talking to somebody at the same level as me. I'd be talking to somebody who overcame that, found God is better, 5 years, you know, that the raping happened. And when you're around people who are going through the same things you are, you're not going to learn anything from them, because you're learning at the same time, in my opinion. So I always say go to somebody you want to be like in the future, who has gone through what you've gone through. In my opinion, when I go through heavy, why would I want to hear a person or get advice from a person who's never been through that? Yeah, you read about it. Yeah, you understand certain things, but you never lived through it. Living through something and feeling the emotions of it, it's so much different than somebody talking about it. Like, it's like people talking about, you've never been in a situation. So you could tell me all you want, I would have done this, I would have done that, but you've never been in it. Make sense? Go to a woman who has been through these type of things. And I always say, y'all, I have $40 sessions. Email me if you need help. Contact has been through these type of things. And I always say, y'all, I have $40 sessions. Email me if you need help. Contact me or whatever. I do $40 sessions for 40 minutes. Content creation, all that good stuff. Have a good one, y'all.
It's just loser behavior. It's just loser behavior is really what it is. That's what it comes down to. Modern women, some of these ladies have good business sense, great entrepreneurs. When it comes to relationships, they're very inconsiderate when it comes to the other person. All eyes on me. They turn into Tupac. All eyes on me. California love. Out there dancing with dudes. Playing games. That's what they're doing. And when a man says, hey, I know what you're up to, I don't think this is healthy for the relationship, you're trying to control me. Of course. Hey, let's just go our separate ways if that's what you think.